Ooh, look, a twain. Cool. Bonjour and welcome to TipToeHooksets. Another episode. We're getting right back into it. Right where we left off last time. Everything's cut out. We're just gathering stuff now to make everything. Pencil, number 2. You don't have to be number 2, but that's what I had. Our stencils, not the best shape. We're going to go ahead and cut off the head around the gill plate. We're pretty much doing this just to make like a stencil. You'll see what we're doing. Here I just kind of like eyeball it. This one all messed up from when we were cutting them out on the bandsaw, but it still works. So we're gonna cut that out too. Pow. That's done. As you can see, we're inside this time. It was too cold outside, so I was like, nah, we're gonna work inside. I just line this up. I got the hole for the eyeball that helps you line it up, and then we just trace out this here gill plate. Twice. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, this is gonna be a little more on the boring side of a video, because this is pretty much all we're doing. We're tracing stuff for now. Did it with the top. Gonna do the same thing with the little guy down here. Trace out this gill plate. Twice. Come on, me. Trace a little faster. I don't know if you can tell, but I don't do these live. I record it and then I do a voiceover of it, which I really need to start taking notes so I remember what I'm doing. And now, see, you flip it over, line up your eyeball hole with your eyeball hole, and then, just kind of make sure it looks good. And then we're going to do some more tracing. Twice. Oh, and I guess, hang on, I gotta flip it around because that was an awkward position. Now we can trace. Twice. Trace faster. Yeah, see? Then we're gonna do the same with the top, obviously. But yeah, so while we trace, I'm gonna go over some other stuff. My channel. I know what you're thinking. Tiptoe. Why would you start a channel for fishing in the middle of winter when you live in Wisconsin? Pretty much because if I didn't start it now, I would just procrastinate and not start it again. Because I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I never did. So yeah, I'm just double checking everything. You can see I flip it back and forth sometimes, because I thought it looked a little off, and sure enough, look at that. It was a little off. Fix that. A little better. Looks even. Alright. And that's just so it's for when we carve. Now we're going to put the lines in the round this sucker out. And how I do it, you can do it however you want. I just kind of use my fingertip and then just run along. And this part I'm not like the best at, because I don't always get the roundness that I want, but it works. And we just go around and do all sides. I kind of eyeball everything, obviously, and make sure it looks even. These are going to be pretty thick still. This is where you would like try to thin it out if you wanted a thinner bait to get more wood off. You just make the lines longer on each side, a little wider or whatever. I'm not the best at that yet, so that's why I'm an amateur and not really good at this, which I hope to be one day. So here I am, rotating stuff around, checking it, making sure the tail looks okay. That's the last thing you want to do is take too much off the tail, and then as you're carving, your tail snaps. Yeah, don't even want to talk about it. But I'm pretty much happy with it. A little flare on the tails I wanted. Add that. Alright, back to the other part now. But yeah, starting a channel in winter, not the best idea, but I got to do it. I want to do it, so here we are. So if you're out there and you're like, man, I want to start, just do it. Just start a channel. Don't second guess yourself. Just get to it. I even plan on moving a lot of my tools inside. Here we go, guys. This is the knife I used to carve. That blade does not look good at all. So we're gonna, yeah, no, thumbs down it. Not good. We're gonna get that out of there. We're gonna get a new blade in. Oh, that was fast. Editing, love it. Happened so quick. But get that sucker back in there. This is all I use. I use this, you know, a box cutter knife or whatever you want to call it. And I just take this off. Unfortunately, since I did this inside, you don't get that sweet noise from carving wood that I love when I watch other people do it. Maybe next time. But from here, yeah, you just carve to the line on both sides, and then after we're done with that, we'll sand, which will be in the next video. That ain't gonna be in this video. We're just gonna carve and chit chat. So, yeah, carve it all out. I go slow because I have had parts where I blow out the wood. If you don't know what that is, it's where you start carving and you're going like against a weird grain, and it just takes a chunk of wood with it, and you're just like, God dang it, why? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Since we're inside, you don't get the noise. Here I am speeding up because not everyone wants to sit here and watch me carve all day. But we're gonna get these carved out. I was doing it inside because I didn't want to freeze outside. And my wife's, you know, in the background. You don't get to hear it, but she's out there people on Overwatch. Yeah, gamers. Which is actually, after I'm done with this, that's what I'm gonna go do. I'm gonna go play some games. Getting all this down. Trying to keep as much of it on the mat as I can so my wife doesn't get mad at me when she finds wood shavings on the floor. I'm sure some of you can relate. Carving. This is my favorite part, though. One of my favorite parts, besides painting. This right here is, it's so satisfying. When you sit there and you get those long cuts and it's just, love it. But yeah, fun times. Yeah, so you're pretty much going to do this. All the lines that you just put on. And I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, that I forgot to cut the joints. Yeah, see, like that. Ooh, those long runs, so fun. But I forgot to cut the joints, which is, you want to do while it's still square. You don't want to wait until like I do, because now I'm going to have a hard time putting it in my vise kind of nicely. Luckily, this thing's, it's still pretty flat on the sides, so it shouldn't be too hard. We'll see what happens after I sand it. But I don't know if I talked about it yet. This bait will be the first bait that I try to carve scales into. So we'll see how that goes. The small bait, the smaller version, we're not going to do that. Let's just be on the big one. The small one, that one will just get normal stuff. When we paint it, we'll put scales on with the screen. I'm marking this little spot here where that lower gill plate comes up on both sides, just so I know where it is on the fish, so it's even when I do this. So I got those all carved out. I'm gonna put a little mark on there so we know where that is. Both sides, you can almost see, I guess it would be called, like, we'll call it knife rash. You can see it right there by my pinky. I'll point it out later. But that is, no, I'm not pointing it out right now. I am pointing it out right now, see? That is from me, you know, a little too aggressive with that knife. It's just a thing. You got soft wood like Tupelo, whatever you call it. And yeah, your knife you'll dent it. So, but we'll try to get that out when we sand it later. And now what we're gonna do is be very careful. The knife is very sharp. And then we're going to carve out these lines. We're not gonna carve them. What I'm doing here is just tracing them with the knife. And I'm gonna do this for all like my gill detail lines. So when I sand it, obviously I'm going to sand away the pencil marks, and we don't want that. So this will help us keep those lines there so we know where to carve when that time comes. Same thing on the other side. But yeah, I mean, if you guys ever have questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I am really just starting off. I've only been doing this for maybe a year. So let's get this guy done. Little one. And I have a special thing. You can see how flat these fish are on the bottom. I kind of wanted to stay that way, because I want to be able to make these so you can, if you wanted to, you could like add weight, or I'll make some that sink and you can drag them across the bottom, and I'm going to put like hook spots on the top of the fish so you can really drag the bottom, drag them. I'm not going to edit that out. You guys get to hear me mess up. Words are words. As you can see, eyeballs, I drilled out the sockets so I know where the eyes go. Always a help. And then see, this is where we hold this on, and now I'm just going to cut. I'm going straight through the paper, just cutting it right through. We're going to carve out all where our gill detail is going to go, so when we sand the bait, we don't lose, or if we lose pencil marks, that ain't going to matter. And I think it's just going to move a little faster here now, because this is kind of like the final part of this video, is getting all this gill detail in before we start sanding. And then always be careful with whatever knife you're using. I mean, carving knives are sharp in general, obviously. A box knife with a fresh blade, very sharp. I haven't cut myself yet, knock on wood. But yeah, this is just like my process, and then I'm just showing you guys this. I wouldn't say this is, again, a how-to. This is just me building something for you guys. What the heck? Oh, that's right, I took the knife out. I forgot. It was easier to carve some stuff with the knife out, with the blade out. So you can see I did that one. Did them all. And that's the end. Part 3 coming soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next one.